shit. Here we go again.
I'm not saying free Kelly, free R. Kelly. What I'm saying is free Robert.
Stop it. Get some help.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Emotional damage.
Yo, what's good? It's your boy Monray Hudson, aka Mr. Drop the Mic. It's back in the building, and I am here with another great episode of Make It Make Sense, episode 18. And of course, I am not alone. I'm joined by a wonderful crew of good wisdom-filled people. I'm gonna start off with not only the wisdom field, but the sensei, the great one himself, the Hollywood of the Blerd Cartel. What it do, man?
Thank you, sir. You know, it's your boy Hollywood Sensei of the Blerd Cartel, CEO status. I mean, you already know, like, share, and subscribe, Blerd Cartel. We on all social media platforms. Hollywood Sensei. I mean, you can follow me on Twitter at Sensei Hollywood. My page be popping. Follow me on TikTok, Hollywood_Sensei215. And then, you know, Blerd Cartel, we got a show every day, and I'm on all them Jones. So, what's up?
Pretty much representing everything from what it sounds like to, of course, the Wednesday night discussions. And of course, we are not the only page. We are joined by a couple of people representing Overall 99, aka the GGC Mafia. First and foremost, we have the dark one, the dastardly one from the dregs of Twitter, the Afro Commie 765. What it do?
You already know. It's your local neighborhood scumbag here to give the folks their daily dose of dirtbag. Just give that overall 99 scumbag opinion on anger kinks as well, and how they should be respected.
Shout out to the anger kinks.
You know it. And then, of course, right next to him, we have the one and only Melodramatic, a new name every week. What it do, my guy?
Listen. This is the GGC Mafia, the head of the table, the leader, the one that's always looking cute, looking clean, looking sexy, being melodramatic as ever. Because internet melodramatic. So we gotta match the energy.
This man is stupid. Ain't worry about it. And as you know, of course, this is always Make It Make Sense when we're taking the trending topics, the hot takes, the bad opinions, everything happening all over the world. And we're gonna dive into them. We're gonna make sense of them for everybody watching. And you know, I had like a little summary, a little flyer letting you know what we were gonna talk about, but I had something that popped up a little earlier without all of this. And I was like, let me just get a quick opinion on them. Maybe not even be quick. Because apparently, you know, we have different countries around the world. And one country, Japan, just decided that we are going to ban all music and television that glorifies drug use and violence. Also, for their wonderful reporting. As they say, they hope that this ban will help reduce gun violence in Jamaica, as it's had the highest murder rate in Latin America and the Caribbean all of last year. And it's any music and TV that glorifies crime and drug use on their airways. So that would include anything from music, all of our favorite artists, or rap artists for the most part, at least recent ones, but a lot of them be promoting drugs. Anything on television, for a certain respect, would get banned from their airwaves as well. My simple thing is just that it's a bit of a shocker. It's definitely a bit of a shocker. So my question just to everybody is, if this was to happen, let's say if it was to catch wind on America, on their countries, Japan maybe, where it's like, you know, anything that provokes gun violence, anything that provokes drug use, anything of that nature, we just gonna ban it outright. Cancel culture would reach a whole new level, a whole new status. But even before we get to that point, do you believe it would be a good idea to ban anything promoting drug use from the airwaves? I gotta start out with the one from what it sounds like himself. Hollywood is a big step, and I want to know what your thoughts would be if it decided to take hold around the world. Is it a good idea to ban anything that promotes drug use?
I mean, is it a good idea? Of course. I mean, of course it is. Like, because you don't want kids, you know, you don't want the youth, the ones that are most impressionable, using drugs. You know what I mean? But at the same time, because drugs and violence are incorporated in a lot of music and a lot of media that makes money, I mean, I feel like in America, you know, getting rid of that money, getting rid of that dollar is not really going to happen. Everywhere else, cool. You know what I mean? They'll probably do it. But over here, nah. As long as we can make bread off of that, And then as long as that still got niggas killing each other and niggas being strung out, they gonna let it rock. You know what I mean? But it is a good idea, but I just don't see every country across the world adopting that same, law. That's just my opinion. I don't see it. Should it
This one,
happen?
okay.
Probably, but I don't think it will.
It should. So at this point, it's like, okay, certain countries are just gonna value the making of money and that dollar bill over the lives of the youth, and just the world's gonna get more of a darker place. Since we got darker places,
Capitalism.
Afro you are from the dredges of the internet itself. You know how this.
I want to hear this sounds.
Let me know. Would you approve of the banning of all things? Well, I ain't all things of all media, whether it be music or television, that would promote drug use or violence?
Absolutely not. Because I am a proponent of free speech through and through. And I feel like when you bring certain regulations in like this, you stifle the artist. And we have examples of this. Look at how in the UK, if you put a music video up on YouTube and you openly diss a gang or they see a weapon of any sort, they immediately take it down. Immediately. No questions asked, no notice. It's just gone. And it's the same way with most of these other Western countries that aren't the United States. You see all kinds of rampant freaking censorship in music and movies, and like it's never good for the art form, because for people to make good art, they have to have the freedom to express themselves in the way they choose. As long as they're not physically hurting someone or like calling for violence on someone, I mean, let it rock. And if we're going to be honest, if it's Jamaica banning this, is like Jamaica banning itself. I was a child that watched Shadas almost every day. I know Shadas isn't indicative of all Jamaican culture. I'm aware. Okay, before we go there, I'm aware Shadas is not indicative of all Jamaican culture, even though it did make me put on a fake Jamaican accent for a decent portion of my teenage life. Ross Clock pussy boys, you know what I mean? It was one of them things. But Jamaica damn near be banning most of its profitable exports if it's banning any media that creates that glorifies drugs or violence. I mean,
you can see, like, I'm for banning.
I think it's super virtue signally, and it's not gonna stick, and it's gonna hurt a lot more than it helps, in my opinion.
I think it's going. So we got one that's for it, even he don't believe it's going to happen on worldwide. It's going to spread any further. We got one that's completely against it. He is for the debauchery. He is for the Grand Theft Auto in real life. Melodramatic.
I live in an open carry state, yo. It's Grand Theft Auto every day I wake up.
So we got one that's in the dregs. Melodramatic. How you feeling? Do you think banning any music or TV that promotes violence and drug use would it be a good idea?
It would be if everyone could agree on what is what. What drugs do you ban cigarettes too? Is that considered drugs?
Oh,
do you ban?
I'm going down.
Some people consider alcohol. Or do you blame that? Is that a drug thing? What do you consider? What is marijuana? Should that be considered not? It gets a little difficult.
Hey, you leave weed out of this, okay?
It's based on. It's based on what somebody interpret as good or bad, and then you leaving that to someone to interpret when somebody else disagree. Then you got a whole drama in it. For instance, why is marijuana bad but alcohol is not when it leads to more certain issues? Why is cigarettes legal when it causes cancer, but some certain other things is not? You get into a heavy dose of people being against whatever you're talking about. And it sounds amazing, but let's be honest. Even if we do violence, you're not gonna watch a violent movie. Is Marvel too violent? Like what? You see what I'm talking about?
What's the line on violence?
Yeah, what's the line on violence? You see how hard it is to like actually conduct it. Oh, it's cartoon violence. It's still violence. How far somebody might get mad at the other thing is the Avengers. That's too violent. Somebody punched somebody.
Cool.
How do you
How
stop
closely are we
YouTube and
adhering to
Facebook and
definitions?
Twitter media? How do you stop that? Do I show if somebody fight and put it online? Do we just like how do we completely stop it? It gets real complicated when you start just putting glorifying. What's glorifying? What is glorifying? What is glorifying drugs? So can I have weed in there if I'm not like saying, hey, this is cool to do? Can I like just have it as like, oh, this is just something I do for my health reasons instead? And
I got glaucoma.
You know what I'm saying? So like, how do you interpret what? If I'm telling the story of my life in a rap song, am I not allowed to speak on my own life? Even if it has some type of violence in it? It gets real convoluted. That's all I'm saying.
He was pushing them keys. Can he not tell the people about that?
Listen, I know one person that would be happy to ban all this music, drugs, and his name is the one and only Charleston White. You tell him
buddy.
this, you put this information in his hands, I guarantee you, by the end of the week, he'll have a whole coalition put together. You know what I mean? To get this shit started. You know what I mean? Just after he finished beefing with T.I., you know what I mean? He'll probably, you know what I mean?
Ain't they bringing up his past now when he said he did?
Oh yeah, he did say.
Didn't Charleston White just shoot himself
he said some
in
girls.
club?
He said on it's a clip going around where he said some girls need a good raping. You know what I mean?
So he would be canceled from TV. So you
Bro,
see how complicated it is?
he
would that
literally
really be a
went on
bad
record
thing?
before saying that he's date raped multiple bitches back in the day. You can literally go find these.
Really?
He literally got multiple videos saying that he used to slip shit in bitches' drinks and shit.
Well, that is wrong. You should.
He was running with Cosby. He was running with Cosby.
But I'm saying, and this is the same dude. People are like, oh, he's trying to make a stand for the community against gang violence. No, this nigga is trying to make money and antagonizes street niggas and trying to get people sent to jail and freaking trying to make a little bit of money so he can goddamn go about his life in his ramshackle house in Texas.
James Doe said, "Was
nigga carries around railroad spikes in his pocket? Come on now."
What the?
He pepper sprayed Soldier Boy.
James Doe, can I answer James Doe question? Can I answer his question?
You must.
He actually asked, what did they know? I'm gonna tell y'all, being in politics, you learn that they had certain lobbyists who wanted marijuana was getting popular, so they wanted cigarettes to be popular, and they paid a lot of money to make sure marijuana is looked down upon as weed is. I mean, as cigarettes are looked, it's cool. A lot of people did that, by the way. You can look that up.
And then BMT brings up Charleston shot, took out somebody who was a kid, beat the case. And then James wanted to expound upon y'all. I don't know if he means this or if he's repeating what it said, but you know what? Since we decided to go ahead and bring up Charleston White, let's go ahead, while we give the dark dregs of Afro Comedy 765, get him back in here eventually. Y'all want to talk about him? Let's go and bring him up. Since Charleston White and the epic feud with T.I.'s son, King Harris, which is just out of nowhere anyway, is already funny. So since we want to start off with this, let's just go ahead and start off with it is what it is. Since anybody who may be wondering, Charleston White, matter of fact, if you don't know who Charleston White is, he is just somebody who has had a past, and has come out recently and has been a YouTube figure, and has many different controversial statements, basically a YouTuber. And, he has a criminal history, did some time in prison, and has come out and now sharing stories about his criminal past and the different things that he's experienced in life, and is making his own opinions known among a bunch of things, even about George Floyd, DMX, Bun, Nipsey, the whole 9 yards. Just recently had a feud with Soulja Boy, and now he is feuding with T.I. Why is he feuding with T.I.? Very simply, because he randomly just decided to speak out about T.I. and Boosie's son. But Boosie ain't really go as far as T.I. is, but he spoke out about Boosie's son and T.I.'s son, saying different things about him, calling him a little yellow MF, long past just, regular respect. It's a lot of things he's recently decided to say. And he did not let up, because once T.I.'s son King decided to get back into it, they have been a back and forth, and then T.I. decided to come back in there as well with his own stuff. And T.I. is about smoke. He's like, bro, I ain't got time for none of this. You can go ahead and just let me know who you are, where you at. We can go and get this handled. I'll do my time. Plenty of that. And so recently, we decided to go catch up and see why you say what you had to say, Charleston White. What he had to say.
Let's talk about you and T.I. though. Let's get into that. Yes, ma'am. You scared? Scared of who? T.I.?
He ain't never been in jail for killing nobody.
Why'd
I'm
you
scared of niggas that done kill people.
Yeah. Why you go in on that boy like that, his son?
Cause I think his son ugly, and I think he's unruly, misbehaved, little yellow little boy.
You don't like high yellow people? You jealous of high yellow people in their skin color?
I ain't jealous of them. High yellow nigga ain't never been able to dunk from the free throw line. Fuck, I would be jealous of a high yellow nigga.
I was getting ready to say Steph Curry, but he don't dunk. He really just
He can't jump from the free throw line.
Okay, all right, go ahead. So go ahead. So why? Because you think that little boy ugly and what?
Nah, I was just fucking with him because they were fucking with Kanye West. All the rappers like Boosie saying they'll slap Kanye West. Kanye West, you know. So I'm saying they fucking with him. Let me fuck with him. And just so happened, T.I.'s son is in, he getting in trouble. So I was just really fucking with them niggas. Not knowing that they would respond to my words. I was just high siding and bullshit. But since he act like he getting mad, nigga, I'm gonna fuck with you some more.
If T.I. walked in here right now, what would you do?
He better know how to fight. Nigga say he put his foot in my ass. I ain't now one of them little girls he tried to put his foot in her pussy. That was that girl. He said, I ain't now one of them little girls. He got these niggas up there. No, they ain't never met no nigga like me.
No, I've never met.
Yeah, no.
Let's just stop it there. Let's just stop it there. But so he had a lot to say. Basically, he's just doing just for the heck of it. Defend Kanye West, quote unquote. Even because as we know, we covered last week, Boosie had a lot to say about Kanye. T.I. was one of the ones that had something to say about the White Lives Matter shirt in the situation. And he's just like, let me just throw my hat in the ring, whether you consider it for clout or whatever the case may be. But it's gotten ugly, and they beefing. I'm gonna go from back to forth the other way, melodramatic. You beefing with T.I. and his son. What would you do in the situation if you were T.I. and all of a sudden some random dude, random YouTuber decide to speak out about your son's issues? Let's just start from there. What would you do?
This is interesting. I probably wouldn't give him attention because
it's Charleston White or not. That's the real question.
That is true. Saying somebody, it's a thing about his son. It's complicated because I don't want to give a troll attention on the internet.
He said he already beat his son, BMT. He said he already beat his son. He can't beat him no more.
So my question is on all of this. This is very complicated because I'm like, do I want to get mad over my? I don't have a son, but I would like to be like, ignore him because he's just trying to get attention out of me. And then on the other hand, if I got this image of a gangster, because you saying I am T.I., right? If I'm T.I., I gotta talk crazy, right? Because I got this image to uphold, and you called out my family, and by street code, I gotta tell you we gonna handle this. So it ain't just me. So if I'm from T.I.,
T.I. is a comedian now. Right at type 5.
Well, him and Boosie got a podcast from this, so they got a new podcast coming out. I guess they're gonna address this. The internet culture is very strange. Street nigga beef. We get podcasts now. Let's go. Better than dangerous out here.
Now the podcast streets are getting dangerous, folks. Come on now. I don't want to have to clutch my heat everywhere I go.
Hey, listen, I'd rather them go on a podcast than out here shoot people. So we're gonna try to.
Charleston White will shoot himself before he shoots T.I.
All I know, that's an entire mess. But then you got to think about it. Well, if somebody, he didn't come at T.I. first. He came at his son. And then his son clapped back. And then he kept back clapping on the son. So at first, you getting beef with
How old is his son?
The son just
like
turned 18, I believe.
He's like 18, 19. He got packed out by the Waffle House employees. I remember that shit.
Oh, wow. Like,
I mean, you got packed out by the Waffle House. First of all, don't start shit at Waffle Houses. Waffle House, there's a Waffle House scale. Waffle Houses stay open during hurricanes, nigga. You don't want to fight somebody that's willing to work at a place that ain't gonna close when there's a fucking a force of nature going on outside.
I mean, technically, that's not a lie. There are cases open multiple ways. Like BMT is remembering the facts. This is not just T.I. It's just innocent.
T.I. and Chinese have definitely been suspects of some predatory activities.
Listen, rich people wild. That's all I tell y'all.
Hollywood makes sense of this, man. Hey, make sense of the music. Make sense of
Make it
it.
make sense.
We kind of touched on this on what it sound like. You know what I mean? You can see that every Thursday at 7 p.m. on Blur Cartel. But my thing was this, like, all right, we know how Charleston White get down. You know what I mean? We already know his MO. We know what he get into. You know what I mean? His whole agenda is to, knock down these rappers, knock them down the peg, let them know like, yo, you're not doing a service to the community the right way. You're doing a disservice to the community. You know what I mean? Like, I understand his message. I just the way he's going about delivering it is what's turning people off. And then
That's
when you
half
got
the
the stuff
battle.
in his past, it's kind of like, I really don't want you the one to be promoting this message. You know what I mean?
All these people wild, man.
The
It's
TI
attention.
thing, for me, I'm not a father, but if I was a father, I mean, it don't matter if I know your MO or not. If you're openly on the internet disrespecting my child, you know what I mean?
That's my dilemma.
All that other shit is out the window. Like, I mean, I respect TI for saying, hey, listen, that's a child. That's my son. I'm the father. You know what I mean? If you got anything to say, you can say it to me. Like, we could talk. You know what I mean? We could have a conversation. If you really got a problem, address me. Address the adult. Address his father. Don't address my
But
son.
the child is an
You know what I
adult
mean?
at this
So
point.
I can rock
But
with
just
T.I.
turn 18 is strange to me.
No,
huh?
no, but
Yeah,
I'm saying in the
but
eyes
still,
of the law,
that's you know what I
if he
mean?
gets
You gonna
stopped by the
rock.
police,
Well, he
if
can
he
go
gonna
gets
rock
stopped
with
by the
Jail.
police, they gonna take that nigga
You know
to
what I mean?
jail.
Let's be honest, we know 18-year-olds are stupid, 19-year-olds stupid.
Well, yeah, I'm not arguing that.
And
I'm
also
just
for
saying,
T.I., like, and I get what Charleston White saying. On the other hand, it's like, all right, because T.I. said, I'm an involved father, I'm an active father, this and that. And he like, well, if you are, then your son wouldn't be carrying on the way he is. You know what I mean? He
true.
wouldn't be acting
You
like
shouldn't
that.
have that
You know
much
what I
money
mean?
and be
And we
fighting Waffle
seen
House
King's
employees.
behavior. We seen him doing about to fight niggas in Waffle House. He already been arrested. You know what I mean? So if I'm T.I., it's like, yo, you gotta pull your son to the side, rainy men, tell him, yo, you gotta chill with this bullshit. And then, just when you get a chance to holler at
I love
Charleston White
Waffle House.
1-on-1, I mean, maybe they'll talk, maybe they won't. Charleston White
No,
said
Charleston White
he
will
want to
pepper
go 8
spray
rounds in the
T.I.
ring with him. You know what I mean? UFC style. So I don't know.
But we
You know what I
do
mean?
know T.I. will fight him. He tried to fight Floyd.
But he
I'm
won't
sorry,
fight
Charleston
T.I.
Yeah.
White.
though. That's the thing. He
T.I.
won't fight him.
He ran up
Nigga,
on
we saw
Floyd. So
what happened.
I know we know T.I. ain't no bitch. You know what I mean?
He pepper sprayed Soldier Boy. T.I. is a much more dangerous threat than fucking
But Charleston
Soulja
White,
Boy.
like, the thing about him, I'm not going to be surprised, and I don't wish death upon nobody.
Bruh, he'll fuck around
I don't
and
like
shoot
doing
one of
that.
these niggas.
But the way he's going on, the way he's carrying his,
He's gonna
all
have
this
to shoot one
bravado
of
he
these
got,
niggas.
somebody's going to try to put this nigga down.
Well, he
Like,
been
I-
checked in L.A. though. He did apologize to Nipsey Hussle when they got. He said somebody called me. I'm like, okay. I thought he was
Yeah.
watching Curtis. But he
When
apologized.
600
He had to do the
Breezy
same
called
thing
in
with Philly
public.
when he said shit about Philly niggas. You know what I mean? He had to
Well,
apologize.
The
So it's
Chicago
like,
niggas when
why?
he ran into
I mean,
600 Breezy.
yeah, watch what you say out here, because one thing I know about rappers is people that fuck with them, like motherfuckers in the hood, niggas that just go off the rails, go out the window for them just because, and they don't even. The rapper doesn't even
Very
have to
true.
say anything. You know what I mean? Just because I fuck with you like that, you know what I mean, I'm gonna run down on this nigga on behalf of you. You know what I mean? So you gotta be careful, because he gonna say something about the wrong motherfucker, and it's gonna be somebody that don't give a fuck about nothing. Don't care if you
Remember
gonna call the
when
law. Don't care
remember
about
when
your
the
pepper
niggas who
spray.
like
None of that shit.
Wu-Tang
They gonna
beat
run
up
down
Joe
on
Budden
you.
for
You know what I
talking
mean?
about bad
Like,
about
I
Ray
get the
Kane?
message he trying to promote, but he gotta clean up the delivery. You know what I mean? Clean it up, and then maybe we need somebody. Like I said, we need somebody else to promote this message, because you don't need a convicted, a person that murdered somebody and admitted to, saying girls need a good raping to be the one trying
And admitted
to
to
champion for the
drugging
black
them.
community. Like, I don't.
We hate
That's
people that do stuff like that here
A
over
lot of
on
these champions that be grounding
We do.
themselves. That's all I know.
This
That's all
nigga
they
is
do.
a whole
Ground
troll.
We do not condone none of that. That is
They ground
despicable
themselves.
and hated behavior by the CEOs of Blurred Cartel and overall 99 Media, we strongly
Yes, sir.
condemn.
We only giving bitches drugs consensually around
No.
here. Ain't no
I
sneaking.
do not condone those activities. Not at all.
No, sir.
We ain't
Tori can
sneaking.
say
No
it, but we
bitches
own
on-
we own
We
companies,
are
so
only
I
giving
cannot.
bitches drugs
Yeah,
consensually.
no. As a CEO, I cannot condone those.
There are too many RICO cases out here for me to condone anything like this. Such behavior.
No.
Hey,
Every rapper I know in
if
Atlanta
there's
got a
an
RICO
overall
case.
99 RICO case,
Tory
I'll
does
send y'all a
whatever he
link to
does
put money on my
on
book.
our time. I do not know what he does in his house.
Like we not.
I don't know.
Hey, that's why
what he
we're getting a new crib anyway. So, but any drugs that were served to females were consensual.
Oh Jesus! You know what? We're not gonna go to that. We're not gonna continue with that. But T.I. is not the only one that's popped up this week with children troubles. Since pretty sure everybody, at least at some point, has heard about 50 Cent and his and the problems that they have had in their supposed relationship. To where young Marcus, it's it got ugly at this point. To T.I., well not T.I., to 50 and his estranged son. First, it was his son coming out and just saying, I wanted to spend time with my father, and complaining about receiving $6,700 a month in child support. To where 50, started quote unquote beefing with him at this point, where it's like, you feel you are entitled that $6,700 is nothing. He's like, bro, I will give that back just to spend some time with you. And it's just like, 50, like, you crazy, like, where his son's like, $81,000 is not a substantial time of money. You can't live everywhere. It is ugly because at this point you're beefing with your own son. Why are you beefing with your own son? It's just weird at this point. Afro Kami, I know you understand why are we beefing with children at this point. Why is this a thing?
First of all, 50's son ain't paid attention, because if there is one nigga that you do not want to beef with in social media ways, and maybe in real ways, if 50 Cent, y'all niggas saw Get Rich or Die Trying. It's wild. 50 Cent's the master of trolling. Why would his son do this? 50 Cent can make one meme and we are going to make fun of this kid for the rest of his life, and it's going to be his own son. So I don't think he's going to do that. I just think this is a testament to how social media changes everything, even to the structure of like family beef, because now what used to be an argument you'd have in the crib with your dad is now an argument you're going to have on live with like thousands of people watching, thousands of impressions on the views, shade room retweets, freaking. I think it's hilarious though. I hope 50 Cent drops a random diss track on his son.
I mean,
wholeheartedly.
50 did come out and say, it's crazy. Why are you talking about child support? And you're 25 years old. Like, that was 7 years ago that this child support would have supposedly ended. It makes no sense that you are sitting here complaining about child support. Why? 50 already clowning him, like, bruh, like, it don't make sense. And then, because his son was like, let me get on Tony Yayo.
That is wild. His son gonna go to
a video and he want this on it. It's hilarious, melodramatic. Why are we out here beefing with our children, bro?
Everything is, this whole thing is weird. It's so much we don't know in personal attempts to get to know each other. So it feels kind of weird just to speak on it. You only can take what each person says and try to lean who you lean to. So at the end of the day, you don't really know. But I have no clue why a 25-year-old man talking about child support.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's the strangest thing. Like, $6,000 ain't enough. He used to pay $25,000. Like, are you still getting child support? Why are you talking about it used to be $25,000? What do you need child support? You are 25.
He trying to get that back pay, yo.
It is
50 didn't get on until he was a little older.
It is so strange when you just like, hey, listen, you ain't paying child support at 25 years old, bro. You should have made the argument 10 years ago. Like, you're 10 years way too late.
That is wild.
That's what I don't get. Why now? Why when you're 25?
Why is that the hill you chose to die on though? Like, I don't.
Like, you want
thankfully, my father was consistent with child support payments. Shout out to that nigga. But that's a crazy hill to want to get up and. You didn't give me enough child support money when I was a kid.
Like, ain't it a lot more things we can look at? Like, okay, he was on child support. Like, Is the mom not around? I don't know. I'm simply asking. Is the question like, is the mom not around? Is she not?
And as far as
You
the
not talk to
spending
her about the
time
fact of
part,
why her and 50 didn't put you to where you could spend time with your dad? Is it only just him that's at fault? Why did you wait 7 years after child support runs out for you to be like, okay, now I want to say I can spend time with dad? When your dad is like a multi-million-dollar Forbes lister, like now
Yo,
we
can
come
I
back
say
and
this?
say,
I think it's more than. I think it's more than that.
did you want to be
You know
spending
what I
time
said,
with him
but
when
my
niggas was
thing
trying to
is,
kill him?
at 25, it is very strange to say I will pay you $7,000 to spend time with you. Drive to his house, my guy. Drive to his house. You're a grown man. You go to his house and say, "Let's talk."
I had
You
that
don't
same
have
thought. Why don't you just
Literally-
go? Why don't you just go to his house?
If he do something to you, if he punch you, he a horrible father. If he don't, y'all can speak. I don't know what's the worst thing that can happen. You are 25 years old. Just
Right.
drive to his house. You got a car. I hope you have a car. You can go to his house. It's not, I don't know. It's not difficult. Why are you saying that's like a 10-year-old like, Daddy, I'll pay you money to spend time with me. I'm like, oh, that's sweet. You see a grown man say it, that's strange.
Yeah. You think I'm some? You think I'm some kind of
they
affected
live-
hooker? You think I'm some
I
kind of
don't think they live in the same city for him to, just hop in the wheel and drive to. Now, me and shout out to BMT. I mean, we talked about this on Culture Watch, every Tuesday at 6:30, 7 o'clock on Blur Cartel. Now, for me, I felt like the $6,700 thing, that's just a front. You know what I mean? That's just to get everybody's attention. What's really going on, the underlying issue here is this is just a young man that has never had a relationship with his father. And that's what the boy wants at most. He wants a relationship with his dad. And he don't know how to go about it. You know what I mean? And he felt like this is the way I can get my father's attention. He felt like this is the way I can get his attention. Now, me, you're 25 years old. You're grown enough to
Call him.
reach out to your father and say, hey, we both grown men now. We need to talk about this. I mean, I'm your son. You're my father. I mean, we need to hash this out and we need to talk about this. Cause like on both sides, it's like, it's fuckery going on. 50 is a troll, so he's going to troll him. You know what I mean? And Marquise has been, he's been openly supporting people that 50 does not like. You know what I mean? Taking pictures with his enemies and so forth. So, you do shit like that.
Up at the game too, didn't he?
Yeah, you do shit like that. It's kind of hard for you. I'm just saying, reach out to that man. Say, hey, listen, I'm your firstborn, nigga. The motherfucker look just like him. Like, come on, bro. That's your twin. You know what I mean? Reach out to that man and say, hey, listen, we gotta hash this out. This, like, me, I take pride in the fact that I was able to every day of my life see my father. You know what I mean? I was not one of those black youths that didn't know his dad or his dad just said, fuck you, I'm out. No, my dad was there every day. You know what I mean? He was there every day for me. And I feel like that's some shit that I love. You know what I mean? And a lot of people don't have that. You know what I mean? And you could tell he never had that from 50. And that's what he wants. I mean, but it's a better way to go about getting it. I mean, it's a better way to do it
than throwing rocks at him.
Right.
I mean, well,
listen, my brother, you might 50 Cent is your dad. You
in
might
50 Cent's defense, though, his son probably didn't want to be around back in the day when niggas were actively trying to kill his dad. Like, he wouldn't want to be around that as a child. Because we got to remember, niggas were multiple times people tried to kill 50 Cent throughout the early 2000s. Multiple times. It wasn't just the times we saw in Get Rich or Die Trying.
Facts. And as a 25-year-old, shouldn't a thought go in your mind at some time like, what did my mother do to, facilitate this?
It was probably a good thing she took him away from him, if that's what happened.
Like, and why? And if 6,700 wasn't enough to raise a child in New York, what was your mom doing? Like, did she not have a job? Was she not bringing in any income? Were y'all solely just relying on 50 Cent to live? Like, I get it. Your dad's 50. He got bread. But at the same time, That's your mother.
Your
She's
mom's
supposed
an adult.
to be taking care of you. What the fuck was she doing? Like, I mean,
$700 a month, bro.
$6,700
I wish when I was growing up, niggas was getting $6,700 a month.
Like I said,
It ain't enough.
I got child support until I was 18, and it was $400 a month.
$600-700. I can do something with it, bro. I can do something. Shout out to Saint. He's just like, hey, kid wanted the image.
I had so much fun with that $400 a month. I can't imagine $6,700 a month instead.
I do feel like it's a lot of entitlement too, because it's like he on something like 50 Cent's my father, so I'm supposed to be up. Like, nah. I look at
you just not supposed
like
to be destitute. Just because that's your dad don't mean you gotta live in a mansion and drive an I-8 and fucking.
Your dad accumulated that wealth, not you. Your father is rich, not you. You know what I mean?
Hey, that's like that Shaq line. He told his kids, "You're not rich. I'm rich."
Right. I mean, and plus, you see how much bread his dad made? I'll be calling my dad. If 50 was my pop, I'll be calling that nigga every day for business advice. You know what I mean?
Ask for an investment.
What should I do?
Wouldn't have waited till now. I can tell you, I wouldn't have waited till I was 25.
Hell no.
You know what I'm saying? 10 years too late. Everything you did.
Hit him up around the vitamin water deal. Where was you at when they was doing casting for fucking Power?
That nigga could have been Tariq St. Patrick. You know what I mean?
Hey, this nigga could have been somebody.
Well, other than inheritances, if you have money, it ain't gonna last that long if you don't know how to manage.
Shit, he gonna fuck around and not get no inheritance. I mean, look, Bill Gates said all his money goes to charity when he dies, except for some small billions of dollars that are to be split up among his kids.
Really that long, but I mean, the beefs.
Yo, bro, you begging online for your daddy at 25 years old that you need money. It gets sad. It's not gonna help your mental health. And go get therapy because you probably
especially doing it in the social media age, because that nigga's DMs of the broke boy DMs are wild for him right now.
Not the broke boy.
Yeah.
What? I don't know. He's 25 years old.
Probably
at this point.
Sick.
Do you really care? At this point,
I mean, if he's broke, he probably cares.
My man, I can manage $1,000 a month more or less. If push comes to shove, 500. Hey, when you need to get it done, you need to get it done.
I live roughly $1,000 a month with 2 animals.
But sometimes it'd be like the minor stuff when it comes to money. Little bitty things that'll tick you off. And which Nicki Minaj knows that because been a lot of things that ticked off recently over the course of the last week. This time, she's gotten into beef with another female artist. This one named Lotto, and the latest of the female rappers.
Big Lotto.
A lot of them just tend to involve Nicki Minaj for some reason. This one just started as a result of the Grammys when her video was changed in the category that it was listed under for a possible Grammy award, and she had beef with that issue, and she decided to put out the name of Lotto and Lotto's video, which was also in the category she was moved from. And she was like, if that one is there, then mine should be there, because we're of the energy of, this is not completely quoted from her, but we're of the energy of giving new artists accolades and things that they don't deserve when us long-standing artists have been deserved that for longer times than they have. And that sparked another beef. Started another beef with Lotto, and at this point, it's just like my question is with the beef, but it's with another thing that I want to bring mention to is for my people watching and everybody here, what is the future of female rap artists at this point? Because if these examples,
I can tell you what's not the future is collaborations.
It is what is the future?
Unless you work on the party.
Yep.
What's the future of female rap?
I feel like that's a real detriment to female rappers too, though, because for some reason they just can't openly collaborate like male artists do.
Hey, can I be honest? Can we say since Cardi B rise, there have been more female rappers? Can we say so? When Nicki Minaj was at the top, there was nobody else because let's be honest, for some reason nobody could ever pass through certain thresholds. All of a sudden somebody else get through. All of a sudden we got a bunch of new female artists. But when somebody else was at the top, it wasn't.
But
all of a sudden,
they aren't achieving longevity, though. We have a bunch of female artists that are coming out and flopping.
Tori, they flopping, but her height, there were none at all.
No, but I'm just saying, what does it matter if there's a bunch coming through if they're all only here for a hot second? There's no point if we're just going to get one song that's going to be hot for a month and then it's not going to be playlisted. It's going to be in the drag files of fucking Spotify forever.
You got Cardi B, you got Meg, and then you got people that flop. You got J. Cole, you got Kendrick, you got Lil Pump. That's
but I'm saying there's a lot more. And look, but the thing is, Lil Pump's still turning a profit off of royalties. A lot of these girls ain't finna get that off of that one hit. They're not finna turn a living from it.
Ice Spice right now make an OnlyFans tour. She gonna make money. This your favorite to.
But that has nothing to do.
Now don't do that. That is my advice to any woman in any profession that is remotely sexy. If you want to make more money, start an OnlyFans. Straight up. If you are any type of famous. If you are any type of actual famous, you're female, you can start an OnlyFans and make damn near 6 figures guaranteed.
You want to know?
Hey, easily.
You want to know what this situation needs?
Bro, I'm talking about famous women. I'm talking about if Ice Spice started an OnlyFans right now, I guarantee you she makes $1 million.
Listen, Ice Spice, she probably can't rap, but that bitch bad. Now I want to say this. This situation, I'm tired.
Belle Delphine made $20 million in
a year. One mic. Let Hollywood get his rocks off.
I'm tired of Nicki and her Twitter fingers. I'm tired of it. You know what I mean? Every day I get on Twitter, it's another rant. It's just a 40-year-old woman embarrassing herself. You're the queen of rap, right? As you say, everybody's supposed to pay homage to you, kiss your feet, kiss your rings. Then show these bitches then. Stop getting on Twitter and tweeting. Make a fucking song. And you know what I mean? Like all this back and forth subtweeting shit, and nobody has hopped in the studio and made not one diss record. You know what I mean? I know for a fact if I was Lotto and you put out a tweet trying to, come at my parents with some shit that I had nothing to do with, the next tweet is going to be a link to the diss track that I just made about your ass. Like all this back and forth bullshit is not doing anything for the women's side of hip hop. You know what I mean? Start making some records. You know what I mean? And let's and as far as like Nicki, her thing is like she hasn't like extended that that olive branch to other female artists. You know what I mean? Like Meg has. They'll work with the Cardi will work with the upper. She'll say, all right, come on. You see what she did for the City Girls. They most viewed fucking song video features Cardi.
Nicki did that for Coi Leray.
Yeah, she did it for Coi Leray, but I mean that's one person.
What was that? Coi Leray's another one of these could be a wayside.
Yeah. Well, Coi Leray good in life anyway. Her daddy can
sounding voice.
The last thing
I don't know if I say she was good.
Last thing I want to say about this. I love Cardi, I love Meg, all them, but we need to start giving attention to the real female rappers, the real female spirit. You know what I mean? The Armani Caesars, the Rhapsodies, the Love the Geniuses. You know what I mean? The Shea Noirs. We need to bar down most niggas. You know what I mean? The Lady Londons. Give them the attention. The women that's actually rapping, that's not on Twitter beefing with each other, doing a bunch of nut ass shit. You know what I mean?
Kamaya.
That's my piece.
Like,
by the way, go
ahead and finish off.
All I was saying is, bro, they made a diss track, Hollywood, and she made JT rap it in front of her because she know the people she go with can't rap with her. So, and she made rap that little diss track you did for me. I'm like, this is bullying. This is.
I mean, yeah, Nicki has a what's the word? She has a name of being a bully, but regardless of that, like I actually can't believe I agree with Afro Comic in the status of even though you might be getting more female rappers nowadays, the quality of these female rappers do not compare to any of the quality of the top three. We'll just say Megan, Nicki, and Cardi B. None of the other rappers most time have their names.
Not to talk about any older rappers.
The quality of most of them isn't nowhere close to them. But if we go to the past, we have everybody from Lil Kim,
Remy
Missy Elliott, the Brat, Eve, Remy Ma. We had an abundance of female rappers
Before Nicki
Lauryn
Minaj.
Hill, even though we
And
only
now-
got one album.
And now, no, we don't. And like a
Before
lot of them,
Nicki.
like we have a lot more now, but there'll be one hit wonders at best, and that's at best because a lot of them don't get their one hit song. Like female R&B, they killing right now. I got no problem with female R&B. You can leave a few of them.
The problem is just R&B in general, though.
Summer Walker and the rest of them. You can
They
leave
get
they
to play.
female rap artistry is only a couple people carrying the leftover torch at this point. That's it. Like versus in the past, they were killing. And it's just now I'm with them with like I would prefer a lot more quality, a lot more diversity and actual quality, good female rappers in the biz out there right now than just the few that we have, and having a lot more coming out. We have quantity, but nobody hears of them. They're not doing anything where you actually be able to hear them on a regular basis.
Support Rhapsody.
So
I mean, the ones that actually make the quality music for real, they not shaking their asses and talking about their pussy.
Exactly.
If you ain't rapping about sex, we know how it is. The industry wants to sell sex. The rappers.
So listen to Kamaya's last album, yo. She murdered every track on that album.
There are actually some women in the rap industry that can wrap circles around a lot of your favorite male rappers. But we don't give them the clout they deserve because they ain't twerking on stage or got their ass out in a picture.
Can we tell the truth though? Can we tell the truth since 2 years? No Name ate J. Cole. Even though I agree with J. Cole's side, No Name ate. She ate on that.
They're not trending, so that's why they don't hear about it. They're not trending. They don't trend.
She ate on that nigga.
Yeah, she trended that day. But
I got like 10
and I fucks with No Name.
But since we're talking about trending, we got to go ahead and get to the real woman who's been carrying us, especially for the last few months. The real woman on top, and that's She-Hulk. We got to go ahead and get out the way. We got to go ahead and talk about the finale, the ending, what the show finally led us to this week after 9 long strive weeks of a quality Marvel TV show, one of the best they have ever done, with a woman leading the helm, and it had a great finale. And I've had enough of that. That ending was BS. That had to be the worst show. I'm saying it now. That is the worst Marvel show that they have concocted.
There we go.
And because me and Melodramatic have touched on it previously earlier on over on 99 Media, which you can easily see that review every episode. I'm going to let the person who was not on there have his spiel and go ahead and have it. Afro Comic 765. As another fellow Marvel fan, please tell me what you thought of that wonderful finale.
Y'all know I watched the first 2 episodes of this show and said, this shit is trash. Get it out my face. I occasionally peek in when you guys do reviews. It doesn't sound interesting to me. I leave it on so we get the watch time. But nah, bruh, come on. And I hate it because She-Hulk is a character you could do so much with. And I just feel like from what I've heard and seen, they ain't do that. And I understand for all the feminists out there, this just wasn't the fight, y'all. This just wasn't the fight. Hopefully they give you somebody again soon, because she just wasn't the champion that you needed. She was the one y'all got.
They still got Wanda.
She ain't the champion. That's what it is.
Like I said, I gave it my 3-episode rule. If I'm not digging it after 3 episodes, I'm out.
That has to be one of the worst season show endings I have ever seen in my life. I cannot believe that it was just like all of the storylines that we have built up over 8 episodes, all of the background things we've put together over the entirety of our show.
But didn't they bring in Daredevil though?
He was the best part of the show.
Daredevil was the only thing that mattered.
I've heard that's the only good thing I've heard anyone say about that shit. I was like, so the best thing about this was when another superhero came in?
The best thing about it was her
screwing. No wonder I quit after 3 episodes.
And then it's even worse. They're going to use this to shoehorn a World War Hulk that I'm already going to be pissed about, and I ain't even seen the first trailer. They're going to shoehorn this into a World War Hulk when his son, who is quiet, as Zelmay said, is not supposed to be quiet. They're going to shoehorn him getting shot.
Scar showed up.
Scar cannot be a quiet character. That is trash.
Scar was a murderer the first time we saw him. This
nigga is a Hulk with geomancer powers. Come on, bro. It is a geomancing Hulk.
His hairline was terrible. Who did the internet been
Yeah,
making
I need them to fix. I need them to fix
to
that.
have long hair? He's supposed to have every
it's
time
long,
I've seen
but it's
him.
like
he's
Native
like,
American style with the back with the fade at the front. I'm like, who told y'all to do this?
Bruh.
Who told y'all to do this?
Yeah.
This
You could have
hairline
just
is
gave
terrible.
the nigga you could have gave him the buff green Tarzan look that he had in the comics, and we'd have been okay.
I think they mixing up him and Hulkling and mixing them together. So he got
Are they
like
gonna use the other son though? Because Hulk
No, I
had
think they've
Scar's
used
got a
him.
brother that got no Hulk powers. I can't remember that nigga's
He got
name.
Hulkling. Hulkling is the other one. Hulkling, that's the other one they said he might be using. He part of the Young Avengers.
Yeah,
you said they had to rescue it.
Man, somebody need to save that man. Hairline saved everything. Like, I'm already.
That's
I already
crazy.
don't like
That's fucking crazy.
I already don't
Why?
like they took Bruce Banner, and I mean, the Hawk is just like ever since he got pieced up by Thanos, he hasn't been the same, bro.
He's abusing
Like-
his son from the traumatic beatdown he got from Thanos. He's like, here, you gotta get this whack ass haircut because Thanos pieced me
Yo,
up.
Tori knows Scar is one of my favorite characters, so I was so disappointed.
He's a good character too, though.
Scar is a vicious psychopath that gets real angry.
Right. And they got him looking like, what is that? Like, you know what I mean? And I'm not one of those, I'm not one of the incels on the internet that hates She-Hulk. I'm not. You know what I mean? I actually enjoy the show. It's funny as fuck to me. You know what I mean? But
I just
that right there,
dive with it.
that right there, listen.
That ain't it.
My boy say, look how they massacred my boy. You know what I mean? Because Scar looked crazy. You know what I mean? But I do love the fact that, you know what I mean, the fourth wall breaking. You know what I mean? I love all that. The finale was Gucci besides the Scar joint. Don't get me started on Abomination, please. And
hopefully by the time he shows up,
bro,
people have
he
grown
looked
hair
like
back.
fucking. He looked like George Costanza from Seinfeld. Like, what the fuck is going
on?
Like, come on, bro.
Okay, we don't know who Hulk smashed. All we know, he came back with a teenage-looking son, and it's like, you know what?
Was he even on Scar that many years ago? How many? 8 years ago. Scar should be
late teens. He looks like a man.
That was Scar. That was what 5 years, and then 5 years since that. And how many years with Thor Ragnarok happened right after that? So did he have when he first got on that? But that makes him
You
like
gotta
11.
use Marvel timeline. You can't use the You gotta use cinematic timeline. You can't use the comic timeline.
No, I'm just talking about the cinematic that I'm going off of. They had 5 years since Endgame.
They worked
3 years before.
And the Falcon was worse than anybody.
Maybe Hulks grow faster in the MCU.
No, he's not She-Hulk. She-Hulk's an entirely different person. It's just, he came back with a son though, but She-Hulk is somebody else. But yeah,
And Old Man Logan though, Hulk does smash She-Hulk and have a bunch of crazy looking incest kids.
We're not going to talk about that. They're not going to pull that in the MCU. You know they're not.
I don't know. They're bringing back Wolverine. We could get an Old Man Logan movie.
They're not pulling that with Hulk screws his own cousin.
No, you leave Old Man Logan. They did that right. Yo, I do want to see Maestro. Tori, no, I want to see Maestro and Scar, and I
know that's what I was going to say. But we know what the Maestro did.
If they mess up, Maestro.
Like,
you gonna
I like
see
you and I want you.
They gonna find a way.
If they mess up Maestro, which is one of my favorite characters, I will go on a Doc Rivers rant on Marvel.
Hey,
I tell you how much I hate Doc Rivers.
Nola's the final test,
and I will go on a Doc Rivers rant.
I don't know.
Damn you, Doc Rivers.
As long as Nola ain't got that haircut that Scar had, I'm gonna be a happy camper.
Listen, I will not acknowledge him as Scar. That is MCU George Costanza. You know what I mean?
Something, bro. That is
you
know what?
That is Hulk's clone. That's Hulk's clone.
He sort of looks like the in the face. He looked almost like the kid from Toy Story kind of.
Yo, when Scar's supposed to come out, he should have.
Andy or Sid? Which one?
Hollywood. When he said this is my son, he should have came out yelling and screaming. That's how Scar would come out.
Right.
He was like, oh, and then the show ends.
Possibly raise a mountain.
All he needed is to scream, and then everybody Daredevil and She-Hulk be like, "What did you bring here?" And that would have been how it should have been presented.
If we want to be super authentic, he would have punched the Hulk immediately. He got hands to the Hulk all day.
We've had enough punching and louding and screaming this week because good old DJ Akademiks has decided to come out and have his own situation. Because
DJ Akademiks.
DJ Akademiks, who is known for having his own podcast, known for being a figure who has got a lot of dirt, know a lot of knowledge, and is in deep with everything related to media, has had his own situation because now he's been caught up in his own altercation. And we'll take a look at it. And the wonderful thing about that is at first they tried to paint it as though he was striking the women. They tried to paint it immediately and he had to go on and defend himself. He's like, look.
Yeah, they tried to do that boy bad.
My girl was drunk, beefing with these other women. And let you know, this is after Zelmay's favorite show, Fresh and Fit podcast. Shout out to them. This is after their show. He was like, one of the girls swung on her. And that's where the video starts. I'm trying to get him to chill out, but they fighting over pics and stuff. And he had to come out and just defend himself and let you know, hey, y'all already trying to spin this. I ain't struck no women. I ain't did none of them. We ain't finna do like this. Let's not do this.
Act didn't lay down the smack, folks.
I had to let him know this is one of them, and Kevin's like, I want him to have this same energy when he see Freddie Gibbs. We know that we ain't gonna get into that immediately.
Freddie Gibbs. He's got to have it when he sees Freddie Gibbs.
But it's just
Freddie got worried about Benny the Butcher. It's not.
Hey, Benny.
Act the easier target. You better go after the easy one first because it's already ended up bad for him.
But Akademiks is luckily that'll probably go away relatively.
We ain't gonna act like Freddie ain't gonna call the police though.
The only thing that he himself was upset with was the fact that people chose to record the situation instead of helping him and actually
Fresh.
I was about to say,
internet niggas.
What did he expect? It's 2022. When had
coming from them two niggas?
When have you seen anywhere when somebody put out a camera?
This is the thing though. He considered He said I consider Fresh a friend, and the first thing he do was try to embarrass me and take a video and put it on so he can try to put it on the channel. Like, look what I got. Like, that's
that's sort of, man. I hate to say it, but that's
hang around weird
that's
niggas.
The go-to reaction in 2022. If something bad happens, you take out your phone to record it.
And he was right next to the girl. This I'm gonna explain to you why he was even upset. The red hair girl is like his bodyguard, one for the women.
Right.
So it's like his girl that he's fighting. So he's basically saying, listen, this is your bodyguard who handled the women for you on your show. She is fighting my girl. You sitting there taking a video instead of, hey, listen, it's cool. He gonna handle it. That's what he was mad about. Because it's your girl that you with, that fighting my girl when you know the situation. Instead, you gonna record.
Context.
It's a little weird. It is weird. I do.
I mean, yeah, of course, it's a lot of context missing. He cleared it up. My thing is this: you know who you are. You know what I mean? You DJ Akademiks, regardless of where you at.
You told us.
Somebody's gonna pull out a phone. Somebody might record you. Somebody might take a picture. You know what I mean? Like, I get
Especially
it.
In Miami.
You was breaking the fight up, whatever. But sometimes you just gotta be more aware of your surroundings. Don't put yourself in that situation. You know your girl drunk. I mean, try to slide in a hotel another way. You know what I mean? Wait till there's no people in the lobby or some shit, so you don't gotta. You know what I mean? Or if your girl drunk and she drawing, you know what I mean? Just try to corral the situation before you get back to where you're going.
But that's a lot easier said than done, yo.
Yeah, it is.
Corralling drunk females is not an easy job in any way, shape, or form.
It's not. It's not. Especially an angry drunk woman.
Especially not if they're the aggressive type of drunk. Like, old girl, she's the aggressive type of drunk. And I ain't breaking up no fight, because then you're going to hit me, and then I'm going to have my spasm. I can't help it. It's a reflex, and then I'm in jail. No, I don't break up female fights.
Oh, I don't even be nowhere near them moves. But you know, we got beefs, we got fights. Now we got a slightly different situation. I'm gonna go ahead and get this one out the way. Zelmay has had something that he has wanted to get off of his chest regarding a certain situation on Twitch involving things that people are saying. And I'm gonna let Zelmay introduce his own video before he goes and snaps off to it.
Listen, this video, someone actually said no cap slime, and some reason some people were mad at it because it said it was copying AAVE. Monte played it.
Stream, it was brought to my attention, AAVE, pretty much words that non-black people should be are asking or that should not be saying. The whole the phrase that I said last time was something that I've heard my friends say. I thought it was cute and it rhymes and stuff, but it was brought to my attention by mods actually, and I did. Yeah, I just wanted to clarify that I know. My mod sent me a lovely document on the issue, so I just wanted to, let you guys know I'm aware now, and I'm sorry if I offended anyone. I really didn't intend to, but now I know. My mod sent me a lovely.
I just want to know simply where so AV, where's offensive is when you openly mock black people language. When people just say no cap, I don't understand the angst and anger everyone have every time someone says some phrase. So no one can use any phrase that black people say. Now, everybody know if you mockingly be like, "What's up, homie?" You know what I'm saying? My God, you just doing all that. That's weird. Okay, that's overboard. But if you just in a regular situation and you hear your friends who say something and you say no cap, that is literally the strangest thing I've ever heard. Yo, y'all need to go outside and touch grass if you mad that some random person said no cap, like my slime, whatever she said. That is strange. The world is strange. By the way, all of you, I give you permission. If you don't say the microwave, you can say no cap slime too. I give you the hood pass. I guess I got to give passes for this now. I'm giving you the pass that you can say no cap now. It is a pass. How do you give them the pass to say no cap? People can say no cap.
Give who the pass? White people?
I'm just random people. Like
Random
not anything.
people?
Just no cap. Just say no cap.
I mean, no cap.
Give me the pass to say the N word. No, we ain't doing that.
Yeah.
We not doing that.
If you say no cap, come on now. Like that's not like we just made that phrase up how long ago? That's not like a phrase that's been with the black community for years. Like I'm not about to police what people need, what they should or should not be saying. Now, if you know that's not your slang and you're using it in the right context, then don't say the shit. You know what I mean? Become educated.
If you
mocking it, chill. You know what I mean? But a lot of people, a lot of non-blacks, you know what I mean, either do it because they chasing clout or they try and, appropriate the shit. And it's like, you know what I mean? Sometimes I don't like seeing it because it's very cringe. It's very cringe sometimes.
Listen, if to Valkyrie everybody else, please don't apologize for it. That is strange. It's like when I saw white people kneeling to the black dude in 2020. Don't do weird stuff because that creeped me out too. Right. you don't have to write a apology. Just
white women that want to come and bow at my feet, you are open to at any point in time.
You gotta realize Tori half white. He enjoy that stuff.
Most definitely. I get my Caucasian side definitely gets a kick out of some domination. No, I mean I am the anger king over here. You know what I mean?
His white side enjoys that. We don't. Hey, listen. Just don't do weird stuff. That's all I'm asking. Don't go around, come up to me because I'm black and say, "What's up, Holmes?" and start doing all kind of weird daps that you ain't about that. Don't copy I Show Speed whole gimmick. Don't be like Whoa Vicky or Bad Baby who basically make a mockery of the black vernacular, and then when it's not useful for you, you talk white again. Those situations are out of line. But if you just want to say a phrase,
Help.
I'm surprised you felt so passionately about this topic.
Yo, I'm just tired of just random anger from people that probably not even black to tell them that. I'm pretty sure it's probably some white dude like, oh my God, he used black people words.
Slime's a contentious word, though. I have a hard time co-signing anyone using gang jargon without the proper prerequisite. Because you could say some shit that you didn't mean.
Yeah, that gets a little dangerous. But again, you ought to know better than doing some crit. But again, just don't be weird. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, that
Like,
period.
Weird is the world's default setting.
Please cancel her. You know what I mean? Don't turn that girl into bad fucking baby, please. If y'all let that girl become a fucking rapper and she got a platinum hit, I'm smacking.
She got the fire hook
game.
game. Period. Bruh. Period.
I better not see her in a fucking music video in 2023 and that shit trending everywhere. Because if that happens, I'm done. I'm leaving America. I'm moving to Fiji or some shit. I'm out. You know what I mean? I'm getting out of here.
You say that till you get across the water, and then they're like, period, period, ooh.
Yeah, what's that kid that like copy I Show Speed and do everything?
She signed with who? Who?
We'll let Kevin
I
get
did
that
hear
more
that she
information.
signed a deal. I have
you
heard
see
that
the
exact
fights that we gotta fight.
Hey,
fight the rap fights.
I will put money that Universal signed this girl. I will put money that Universal signed her.
I know 10 niggas right now that deserve a record deal. 10 niggas.
Well,
come on, man. This is what we doing.
This is the fight we should fight, not some random girl saying no cap.
If she got signed, then it was
the girl saying no cap. I can forgive that, but this bitch getting a record deal?
No. That's what I'm saying. Using black language to
my man said he gotta look it up right quick. He forgot about you, bro. She signed them.
See, that's why I'm passionate, because y'all will let Bad Baby them move aside, and then y'all try to attack somebody.
At least Bad Baby found a catchy ghostwriter.
This is why I believe social media has ruined hip hop in certain ways, because we getting people signed that's just saying period, period, ooh. You know what I mean? That's all it takes for you to get signed. Because when I was actively rapping, I was calling talent agencies, rapping on the answer machine, and you mean to tell me all I had to do was get on TikTok, and you know what I mean, that's all I gotta do right now. Is get
all
on
you have
TikTok.
to do is get on TikTok and think of a super simple hook.
All right, but I'm gonna be signed by next month. You know what I mean?
Hey, Universal, they handing out the 360s to everybody.
I'm gonna create a gimmick.
Get called up by the right person. Hey, you will.
Oh, well, this is the whole thing. I want context. I always gotta give context. She said no cap on the stack for real. One time, and they got upset about that. And I ain't never heard of that phrase in my life, and I'm black.
Because that was just that was cringy.
Gang, see, that's what I'm saying though. With the gang lingo, you gotta be careful with that. Certain words, because like I said,
y'all do gotta understand. But shout out for acknowledging, but don't say it. No, just don't say stuff you don't understand. And
don't.
Like, there's no problem with her. There's no problem with her saying no cap. But when you move into the whole slat, slime stuff, like gang colloquialisms are dangerous, and that just is what it is.
Right, because you don't want them big B's or them cripples running up on you.
You know what I mean?
What you say, bud? What you was talking? What's cracking?
Just be careful. Again, if somebody don't know something though, just explain it to them. And plus, just learn not to say it. I don't need an apology. This apology is getting weird too.
Unless we find out that Valkyrie's big B's and she's repping the fat hard, then sliding up.
Right. Yeah. If she then hey, listen.
If she riding for the set, then I ain't stepping on no toes. Do your thing, sizzle.
You know what I mean?
Listen, they explain it to her.
She might be connected. All we know, I don't.
Hey, listen, they let in. If she got hella bread, so I know.
I was say 100 thieves.
She might check in, dog. She might check in. I don't know. Yo, by the way, y'all don't know this. California got a lot of fashion designers and rich people that with them. By the way, and people don't know that. If you in the music industry, you understand that a lot of like rich people in California are connected, even if they not quote of black or the culture. So I don't
Most
know.
definitely.
But she got a public enemy. She apologized because she's afraid that people gonna do something. Listen, if you don't know what something means, just be like, "Oh, okay," and then don't say it no more.
Well, you gotta remember she's still under fire for them slave contracts. They got over 100 thieves, so she's trying to save all the face she can get.
Is it Whoa Vicky? Ain't she black?
She said she was. Now she's apparently back white, and she found out her real father. And now
can we
she
figure
talks
out
white
how much
again.
Rachel Bowl is all made off of OnlyFans?
She pulled a Miley Cyrus, tried to be black for a minute, went white.
You remember Miley Cyrus trying to get back black again? After she stopped.
I don't know. Boonk and her broke up, so I don't know if she still counts as black. When she was with Boonk, I might have gave her the.
Hey, y'all know something funny? She gave what's his name? What's that dude name? I just like Sean, whatever his name is.
You just like a lot of people.
What's that guy?
Sean? You just like a lot of internet personalities, yo.
What's that guy named Sean? Is it Sean White? Not Sean White. What's his name? They be stealing money.
Sean Cotton.
Sean, what's his name? Sean King.
I don't know.
She had the same. She had the same excuse. She had the same excuse Sean King had. She's like, my mama told me my daddy was black. Sean King said the same thing, bro.
Oh.
Listen, to all the mixed children out there.
I mean, we all know. Everybody
black. You'll be able to tell your future.
Appreciate it, Kevin.
For the most part.
And she said, I think your daddy black. That was Sean King told us in the interview. She said, I think my daddy black, so I'm black. I'm like, no, they don't. They ain't work. That's how that work, dog.
Y'all think I could pass for saying I think my dad's black? You guys think I could go for that and try to play up on white? Be like, I think my dad's black. I
ain't gonna hold you. I'm gonna be honest with you, my guy. Your hair way too nappy.
Exactly.
That is not gonna work for you.
There ain't no escaping the nigga in me. It's just not.
That's some nappy hair right there.
It's been
Hey, I'm just happy at 30 years old. It ain't started to go yet. I'm gonna keep my hairline for as long as I can.
That's the way to do it. But since today has been funny, we're gonna end on something funny. Since I wanted to do something random and leave most shows on a good note for some hype moments, I decided to bring up a couple of random situations. I'm only gonna do one per show. Random situations from our wonderful shows and all the media that we have seen. And I'm gonna simply ask y'all, what would you do in said situation? And they're gonna be some old ones, they're gonna be some random ones, and I keep this going for every episode as far as I can remember. So simply put, our first one, I hope everybody remembers who everybody's seen the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Most people have. I'm gonna assume most people have. Everybody remembers the different situations from there. So I would hope everybody simply remembers Miss Robin Givens and her role in the show when my man Will was preparing to get married to his fiance. And everybody instantly remembers the colloquial scene where he was trapped in her apartment and she was trying to seduce him. Everybody remembers when my man was one of the strongest brothers we can remember in that wonderful episode, and he was able to resist her charms. And if you need a reminder, Robin Givens was very beautiful at that time. And she's still, I know nothing wrong with that. My simple question that I would ask to all of you, would you be able to resist her at that moment, or would you fall victim to the charms and just have to take that L and just go back to your apartment afterwards and be like, baby, I just took her home and nothing happened? And I know the Scumbag is going to be the first person to introduce. So Scumbag, what would you do in that situation if you had to take this lovely woman home and she tried to seduce you and you knew she was about this action? What would you do in that situation?
I would politely tell her no the first time. And then if she tries again, I'm folding like origami. It is what it is.
Hey, holla, no, I got a girl, no.
I'm like, I'm about to get married. Like, I'm gonna spend the rest of my life with her. And she's like, well, why can't you just get off one more night with me? And I'm like, oh, you got me. I mean, you know what it is.
All right. So we have one that says he would officially take.
But I don't believe in the constraints of marriage, so that would never happen.
So we already know that he done. Shout out to my boy Kevin. He letting you know already. He smashed.
Let's go. Kevin's the man
already.
Taste and culture.
Mafia. Hey, we gotta be remembering. And to answer James,
we fold. Hey, GG, ground game crazy. I'm folding her up like we on the jujitsu, man.
He did get married at the end, but he was not a virgin. He was a man whore. Will had screwed many women before he was engaged, and she was just one that wanted him. Shout out now, Mr. Melodramatic. Robin Givens, in that wonderful role. And I'll explain the situation if everybody don't remember. Will was instructed to take her home because she had came to his wife's lovely party or whatever. He was instructed to take her home, and he already knew that she was after him. He had already kissed her privately one time before, and had been doing his best to resist her charms. This time,
who required? Was it old girl told him to take her home?
Yeah, that who told her to?
Yeah, I thought that, and I'm
like, Beyonce was cool at the time. They were not like long term.
Oh, so it might have been a trap.
Oh, possibly. Well, I don't know about that, but either way, there wasn't no trap in the episode. It was just she really wanted it.
I know, bro.
Melodramatic.
This proved my point. Women, watch your friends. I done told y'all. Didn't I say this weeks ago? Multiple weeks. Watch your friends. And I've been warning all your best friend will try to sleep with your man, especially if he treating you work. I can make that guarantee. Multiple times it'll happen. First off, depending on where I'm at, if I'm at the house, if I'm with her, now if you done forced me to do it, I'm gonna tell you, I'm uncomfortable to take her home. That's the first thing I'm gonna do. I'm like, yo, I'm not really feeling comfortable taking this woman home by herself. Oh, that's my best friend. I'm telling you, I'm not comfortable taking her home.
This is like I'm building up all the plausible deniability I can before I knock the blocks off of her fucking night.
I'm gonna do it 3 times. I am gonna do. I'm gonna do Peter from the Bible. I'm gonna do it 3 times. If you make me 3 times, say you know. If you say do it, I trust you do it. If I'm telling you I don't trust me, I'm going 3 times to tell you this. Once you get past it, I'm going to basically tell Tori. I'm gonna do Tori's story after that. I gave you 3 times. Thrice. I warned you that I was not comfortable, and I warned you. You done put me with a fine woman one-on-one solo to her house after I asked you not to. Sooner or later, you gotta take responsibility for your life.
Oh, so it's her fault.
Listen, I asked you twice.
I tried telling you that I'm not good under pressure.
How did I not say 3 times? Say, listen, 3 times I asked you consensually to tell me I don't have to. 3 times.
But hey, that's when they turn it around. Like, you're a grown man. You could have just said no flat out. If you were really that uncomfortable.
Self-control.
I am a good Christian man, and God said in the Bible to
it's
flee from
2022. You could have called it an Uber.
Listen, that's what I'm saying. I am a good Christian man, and in the Bible, it doesn't tell you to resist temptation. It tells you to flee. If you put me in a situation where I can't flee, you put me in a bad situation. I'm just saying, I gotta be honest. It's Robert Given. Do you see your friend?
That is a fact. There's no.
Do you see your friends? I'm asking you 3
one
times.
Or the other.
So we have Afro Kami is like, well, I would sell her no 1 time, and if she get past that 1 no, I'm knocking her boots off. Melodramatic said, I'll give you at least 3. I'll give you 3.
No, to my girl that I don't want to do it.
But he's like, if I get in this car, it's over with. So he's like, I'm telling you beforehand, if I get in this car, it's a wrap.
She tried to hit me with the roadhead, it's done. She tried to hit me with the roadhead, it's over.
Your friend ain't shit. I'm telling you right now, your friends ain't
baby, I don't trust your friend. Don't make me do this. You can take
your friend might try and take advantage of me. You sound wild.
I trust you. Like, no, you shouldn't. Don't be stupid. Let me be your own. Let you be my only one. Don't try to put your friends up to this. Don't bring it. You are inviting bad behavior upon the world in our relationship. I'm blaming you because I'm telling you I'm uncomfortable. That's all I'm saying. I'm trying to be a good
if you're uncomfortable, then you should just say no, my brother.
Well, I keep telling her no.
My brother. You can tell anybody no.
Yo, and hey man, let's be honest. If it go up, it's on. Ain't no man surviving it. No lie. Let's not pretend. Robin Givens.
Look at Robin Givens. You know her throat game crazy, bro. You know it is.
Yeah, man.
Thank you, Aisha. Don't force me to do this.
You are the last.
Now, as Aisha said, nowadays there's Uber and Lyft, so I don't even got driver. But if I'm Will in that situation, I'm gonna keep it a bean because I'm GGC Mafia. I represent black men don't cheat. You know what I mean?
Oh, there we
You
go.
ain't cheating. I'm telling her,
Bro, I'm just gonna dip. Now, in the event, because this has happened, in the event that I may slip and fall and just, coincidentally I land in her vagina. That was an accident. I mean, it wasn't intentional.
That's what
You know what I
I'm
mean?
talking about.
I may have it
Accidents
could have been
happen.
something on the floor. Could have been something on the floor. I just slipped. Next thing you know, the belt come off the pant.
He forgot to
And
tie
I'm
his
just in it.
shoes.
You know what I mean?
Nigga,
Like
shoes come untied sometimes.
I can't control that. That's just,
That was an act of God, bro.
That may
was
be
an
a
act of
possibility.
God.
I mean, I'm just saying that could occur,
Let's
but
go.
I would resist. You know what I mean? Because no weapon formed against me shall prosper. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna resist. I'm gonna flee the temptation. But there may be just some small percentage of a chance that I may have slipped and just accidentally fell into the vagina. You know what I mean? That's
Hey, listen. I'm
Either
going.
way, I promise I ain't give her no payday.
Like it's possible. It's not impossible. It has happened to multiple men before. You know what I mean?
It happened to all of us.
It just slipped. And I know my
Accidents
girl is watching, and she know I would never cheat on her. She already know that.
Mistakes.
I mean, this is just a hypothetical question.
Yeah.
About Will Smith. I'm not him. I mean, I'm Hollywood. So, you know what I mean?
By the way, after it happens, listen. I'm coming with the beat jukebox. I'm gonna cry. It's gonna be raining. I'm gonna play like I'm sorry songs. I got a few of them, Usher. I got confessions. These are my confessions gonna be playing outside. I'm gonna cry, and we all gonna be good. I already got it planned up.
That brings up a wonderful follow-up question before we get out of here. Would you tell your fiance after you did it, or would you keep your mouth shut?
Now I'm gonna feel guilty, so I'm gonna tell you. I ain't gonna lie. I'm like, hey, listen, life. I told you 3 times.
That was dramatic. I already got his story. Hey,
listen. You heard what I said. I'm gonna tell her like, yo, I slipped. You know what I mean, I accidentally fell into. I listen.
Hey,
it was a freak of nature accident. I don't know how it happened. It just
got stuck. Like she got stuck in the dishwasher. Her hand got stuck. You were trying to get it out. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Look, these niggas been on the hub. That we got help me step bro scenarios going on now.
Yeah.
She got stuck under her bed.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
I ain't saying shit for the record.
Yo, she got stuck, and I had to help her. And listen, my pants were loose. I was sagging.
I love it.
But I definitely would. I would resist, and then I'd tell my girl like, "Hey, yo, your homegirl, listen, your homegirl, she was trying to get this slab. I ain't even gonna hold you. Like, you need to check her. You know what I mean? Because
I can respect that.
Monte, put the full screen on me. I want to make sure this is known.
Oh God.
Put that on. Listen. Oh Lord. Your friend girl ain't shit. That's your one. Everybody heard it. It's on national. It's on Beyonce's internet. Your friend girl ain't shit. You know now. So don't ask me to do nothing like that.
Listen. I mean, if you know you got scandalous friends, just keep them away from your man. You know what I mean?
Keep them away from me.
Y'all know how y'all be in them group chats. Y'all be in them group chats saying, "Oh, he made me this, he made me that," and she like, let me go find out. You know what I mean?
They like when dudes treat that girl good. The most time I ever got hit on by a girl was when I was dating somebody. And I'm like, this is insane.
Some girls hit on you when they find out that you're treating that girl bad. They're like, oh, I like that abuse. That's where anger kinks come from.
We do not support anything Tori says. His opinion is of his own fruition.
Always. I'm a scumbag of sound, mind, body, and soul. Perfectly cognitive.
Well, I think we'll end it at that off the first snippet of situational entanglements. You know, it'll come with one of those.
I think try to get out of that in trouble.
Of make it make sense. We appreciate it.
Hollywood was treading the line, and he was like, "Do I keep it real or do I keep it safe?"
Listen, man, you got no one to hold them. No one to fold them, man. You know what I mean?
Hey,
Prime
Nigga,
Robin,
two-step game is nice.
a lot of brothers gonna fold. We just letting you know, a lot of brothers gonna fold the Prime Robin.
Hey, I already told y'all, like origami, nigga.
Hey, listen, email Doka had the real life situation happen. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna have her in the crane position.
Listen, according to the reports, Ime Udoka been fucking everywhere he been. You know what I mean? So this ain't new to Nia Long. That nigga been out here slanging. You know
Like I said back then, Nia Long might not put it down like that. She might be all looks. There might not be any sexual substance there.
I ain't gonna lie, women. I ain't gonna tell you. I ain't gonna hold you. I hate the mental spirit, and they hate me. But if Nia Long, if I found out that for real, and I really did that, I might join them niggas.
If you find out Nia Long got the weak box,
them niggas right. Them niggas right. Y'all been playing tricks too long.
Not Afro Turner. You know what?
Hey.
We're not gonna talk with y'all. We're gonna end it here. I appreciate everybody joining us for another episode of Make It Make Sense with the situational entanglements. That's gonna be a good one at the end of every episode to make y'all tune in till the end. And of course, I'm not alone. Joined by these great group of friends and people. Hollywood, where can we find you?
Listen, this your boy Hollywood Sensei of the Blurred Cartel, CEO status. You know you can find me every day here on the Blurred Cartel. We on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, and Twitch. You can also find me at What It Sound Like every Thursday at 7. Welcome to Hollywood at 8:45. And then you can catch me about an hour and some change from now on Blurred Cartel at the dark. You know what I mean?
You already know. And then, of course, we are followed by some of the people from the dredges of the dark web, a.k.a. Twitter, Afro Comedy. Where can we find you and your anger kinks?
You already know. Afro Comedy 765 on all platforms. Of course, you can catch me on Overall 99 Media, being an Overall 99 scumbag, as we talk about all kinds of random stuff from wrestling to anime to who slept with who last week.
Matter of fact, James, though, I don't know, because that's something else entirely. After Dark is not light. It's real and ruthless and it's ugly. And very graphic. Also, we also are joined by Afro Turner coming correct. I already know he is. But we are joined by the one, the only, melodramatic, and I'm pretty sure he got something special he wants to say as well. I will give him the solo captain screen.
Let's go. So right now, I'm gonna put the website in the chat. I think I got it. But I'm gonna put in the chat. You can get your GGC Mafia merch on the Spreadshirt website, 99 shop Spreadshirt. I'm gonna put it in there. You can get your GDC Mafia merch. I think Monte got it. Like, you see it.
It's going in.
It is out today.
It shouldn't be on white dude.
Get that merch. You know what I mean?
Get that merch. It's on the Spreadshirt. So get that GDC Mafia shirt. It's Much Family shirt, Yellow Bucket Boys shirt. We gotta get that. But that's Hollywood one. You got he in charge of that. I get the other one. I get Much Family.
Yellow Bucket Boys. Yellow Bucket Boys is a subgroup of the GGC Mafia. So
true. So get them hats and get you some shirts, get you everything. You know what I'm saying? GGC Mafia merch is online right now, so go get you some of that.
Come get the merch. Buy the merch. You already know what it is.
We ain't had it in a long time, Monte.
I know it, man. Now we got merch. You got to save it for the right
moment. Back to his roots.
Otherwise, we are here. We appreciate everybody joining us for another episode of Make It Make Sense. We are here. We'll be back on Blurred in an hour with some anger kinks. With Blurred After Dark. It is what it is. And,
we are talking about kinks tonight, so anger kinks might come up.
Skittles, Tori. Bring it up.
Kink talk is always good.
Leave that alone.
Yeah.
We out. Peace.
Peace.